Rusty, my mom, and I left for the Celaya airport to go flying. We have a shared hangar there and had to move things around to get going. Shared hangars are great from a cost perspective, but a hassle if you have to move the planes around yourself. We got the planes on the ramp, preflighted them, and got ready to go to Vergel de la Sierra. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Our mission that day was to visit my friend Diego, who I met through the Czech genius Ondrej. Ondrej has been flying in Mexico for a while and is very involved in the aviation scene here. He mentioned that he had been flying a motorglider lately, and I asked if it would be possible to get a ride someday. It's Diego's glider, so a few weeks ago we met in Vergel to get introduced and do some flying. Ondrej and I went up in the Sinus, as they say in Mexico, Sinus in Slovenia where they build them, or Sinus, as they say in the US. The unique and exciting thing about this plane is that it's a self-launch glider, meaning that you can take off using the power of the engine in the plane, then shut it off in flight and turn it into a glider. Ondrej demonstrated this to me while we were flying, and we glided for about 20 minutes or so back to the airport in Lagos de Moreno. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, our flight from Celaya to Vergel was beautiful. Rusty and I flew in formation and took some air-to-air photos while we enjoyed the beautiful mountains, still green from the last of the summer rains. In another few weeks, everything will be desert brown as we return to the dry season of winter. We also passed one of the most beautiful towns in Mexico, the state capital of Guanajuato, and the mines that supplied the silver that led to the rapid growth of the area hundreds of years ago. Vergel has two runways, a 1,500-foot one attached to a hangar and house on the property, and a 6,000-foot one that will soon have a rare commodity in Mexico built around it, a fly-in community. Because two of the three planes in our group are, quote, normal planes, we opted to use the 6,000-foot runway and were surprised to see a gathering of about 30 people waiting for our arrival. The Pons Castro family welcomed us in great style with a picnic that included breakfast and lunch foods and, of course, great company. After lunch, friend of the family and Italian expat Giuseppe took us on a tour of his mezcal factory that he's building at the resort. I'm a tequila fan, so was excited to see how mezcal is made. Many people don't know that tequila is actually a kind of mezcal, one made from a specific kind of agave or maguey. The maguey grows for at least 5 years, and then the heart or piña of the plant is harvested and cooked in an earthen oven for several days to roast the piña, bring out the sweet flavor of the plant, and impart a smoky flavor. The roasted piñas are then crushed with a stone wheel or piedra to release the juices and allow for even fermentation. After the fermentation, the results are distilled twice and ready for bottling or aging, depending on whether the desired result is a joven or an añejo that has been aged to mellow the flavor. This entire process takes place in the shadows of a church on the property that dates back to 1658. After our tour, we headed back to the airstrip and, to the delight of the kids in attendance, got out our drone to take some footage of Santiago taking off in his Cessna 182. The kids seemed to like the technology as much as the airplanes and were captivated as we got set up. Then it was Santiago's turn to put on a show as he took off and left clouds of dust in his wake.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you on board flight number 100. We're traveling on a Lockheed 1011 aircraft, and for those of you who are not familiar with this aircraft, and for those of you who are, as a review, we do ask that you give your attention to the flight attendant at the front of your cabin.
make your destination by a one-way ticket. It's the last thing you'll ever put on your visa. Get on the plane, fasten your seatbelt, tray tables up, and raise your seat back.
Alas, after all the fun, it was time for us to leave also. We hugged our goodbyes and headed for home. As Santiago and I put our planes away, we talked about what a great day it was and how excited we are to head back. We are extremely thankful and send abrazos to the Pons Castro family. We can't wait to see you guys again.